Hi, this is Pastor Chris, and this is your Crossfire Masters Commission update! We just graduated our 11th class of Masters Commission here at Crossfire, and here's the testimonies of what God has done to change these students' lives. Continue to pray with us as we are getting ready for this next year, and also waving farewell to last year. Thanks and God bless.
Funniest memory? The chicken is hungry.
My funniest memory this year would probably have to be on the way back from Mexico when all the guys were talking in like alternate voices and we were all like acting crazy and Chantel was in the front seat like freaking out like, what is going on? And Audrey's just like driving calmly and like talking like, that's my student.
Yeah, so one of my funniest memories we had was we went up to Washington and we ended up playing this game called Signs, and you basically like do this or give some kind of sign, and you're in a group in a big old circle, give or take how many people there are. And I was in the middle, and I tell you what, truth be told, I was in there for 45 minutes, and then they just kind of quit. So it was really funny because I was like, frustrated. I'm like, Jesus, help me.
My funniest memory has to be when we were in Texas at MC Conference, and last minute, Caitlin and I went shopping at Walmart and bought the students, the first years, white t-shirts and decided to make them t-shirts for MC Conference the first day. And that first day of MC Conference happened to be Valentine's Day, and so we made them t-shirts of just letting everybody know that they're first years and they're off limits. And it was just hilarious watching everybody read their embarrassing t-shirts and just laughing at them because of their t-shirts and just knowing that they're awesome third year. Need that for them.
Probably my funniest memory is we were down at Pumpkins, and it was getting towards the end of, I think it was a Saturday night. It was getting late and it was dark outside, and we were all just kind of wiped and tired. And I was running the like little teacups that you have at Disneyland. They spin round and round and round. And Vinny, he was working the cars. And I look around my shoulder, I'm talking to Pastor Chris, and I see Vinny just running around the track, stopping, doing jumping jacks, just trying to stay awake. And everyone's just walking by him, just looking at him. What the heck is he doing?
So my favorite trip memory was when we went to Tijuana, Mexico, and we went into orphanages and we did skits and dramas for the kids there. And there was this kid, his name was Felipe, and he went through a lot of situations and stuff he's going on right now, like I have went through, and we could relate a lot.
My favorite trip memory would have to probably be in Kennewick, Washington, when we had the all-nighter, the 8, and it was so much fun because we were hitting each other with swimming noodles and watching movies, and Brell was yelling at us to stay awake, and it was a lot of fun, and the preaching was good, and the dramas were good, and everything was just really good.
Also, one of the favorite trips that I personally think we took was when we went to LA in October for Pa's Pumpkin Patch, and just knowing like every day we could wake up, have a morning prayer, and at times we would go down to Seal Beach and worship God, and then we had our work day, just seeing all the kids and being able to minister to people through our lives. It was totally cool, and we can't wait for the next time that happens.
My favorite trip memory has to be when we were in Mexico, of course, in the mission field, and just there, and we were at an orphanage, and we took nail polish, and we were painting the girls' nails and doing puppets with them, and just listening to Jesus, You're My Superhero in Spanish over and over and over again, and just spending time with the girls. And I was introduced to a little girl named Ruby, and she was 6 years old, and I painted her nails, and she painted my nails, and it was just the best time ever. We were just talking about what her favorite things were to do, and it was hard for her to understand and to see how someone would be so interested in the things that she liked. And that moment and that day and just spending time with her truly changed my life forever.
My favorite memory would probably be we're going to Mexico, and we were in Tijuana, first orphanage we went to, and we're doing a skit called Making Frijoles, and after all that, it's a skit that doesn't have any point, but just to see all the kids and the smiles that we were able to put on their faces, and just to be able to see the seeds that were planted, it was definitely my favorite trip memory.
What I will miss most about Masters is how tight of a family we are. Even though we're fellow students and sons and daughters of Christ, we're still a very tight-knit family. And not being around them like I have been these past 10 months is I'm going to miss it.
The thing I'll miss most about Masters is probably the feeling of being part of like a really close family. Everyone's just your brother and sister, and you can really go to people when you feel like you need to talk to them, anything like that, and it's just really cool to be a part of that. I really miss it.
And one of the most things I will miss here is the fellowship and how close I've gotten to a lot of people, which I didn't have to try hard. I was simply me. People accepted me for who I was, and that was really awesome. Just totally the love of God right here.
What I'll miss most about Masters Commission is being hunted down by Kevin, Vinny, Ashley, and Josh. They would search for me and call me and text me just to ask if they could go to Walmart. On a serious note, I'm going to miss these guys so much. Just pouring into them, and I just love them so much. I'm going to miss, even though we're going to hang out still and see them around town, we're all not going to be here, and there's nothing like that year of Masters Commission and just spending 10 months with them. Even if we do see them, there's nothing like this year of Masters Commission.
What I miss most about Masters Commission this year, want to be the guys. We had some bumpy roads and rough patches throughout the year, but after it was all said and done, we were close. We became more than friends. We became brothers. There was unity between us, and it's something that I'm going to miss, being able to talk to these guys, to pour into their lives, and just hang out with them. Because I mean, after it's all said and done, 10 months is up, and we part our separate ways. We may see each other around town or talk to each other online or something, but it's not the same as just being with them in person.
What I liked most about Masters Commission was the accountability.
What I liked most about MC was being part of a team that was so close together and getting to be on the road and minister to all kinds of different people and being a part of just such a great ministry. It was an amazing opportunity. It was so much fun to get to see so many different types of people and pray with so many different types of people and hear so many different types of messages. It was just awesome and amazing, and something that I'll always remember for the rest of my life.
What I will personally miss most about Masters Commission is the discipleship, knowing we have great leaders around the church like Pastor Chris or Miss Audrey, Rel, and the other pastors. It was just totally awesome to have them and just pour out into us, especially like with EODs. We had Pastor John just one time, but it was really awesome. So, and knowing like just being able to work alongside with our pastors, and seeing them just get right down there with us to get the job done, which is really awesome, and how everything is subject to change, and of course prayer life, which I'm so grateful for now. At the beginning of the year I fell asleep a lot, so sad, but hey, it's totally awesome that God anointed this time for us every day, and that's one of the things I'm going to miss most.
What I liked the most about MC was the complete randomness that we had. Rel from her sound effects to Vinny, Kevin, and myself and Ashley, and even Rel with our random voices. Not split personalities, but just different voices that just made us laugh. And when we'd be working late at night or just we'd all be down or something, Kevin would come out with his Kavina voice and just be like, "I don't wanna!" And it would perk us up and we'd all be laughing and we'd get the job done, and even with a smile.
God has changed many things in my life this year. He has changed the way I think about the Bible, and He has given me a passion to read for it. And He's also given me a compassion for the youth and children. And also the way I feel about Him is on a whole different level now. And just by getting in His Word and coming to know who He really is, has just changed my life dramatically through situations and people I meet, how I react about stuff.
God changed my life this year a lot in ways that I wasn't even expecting. I went from being someone that didn't really read my Bible to now if I don't read my Bible, my day kind of goes insane, hectic. I grew up maturely with God, and I rely on Him more than I ever have before. I relied on myself a lot, and that brought a lot of destruction to my own life, and it now makes it to where I rely on God, and I've been able to trust Him, and got me through a lot of victories and a lot of overcoming, and there's still more to come, and I'm excited, but God has really done some amazing work in my life.
How God changed my life this past year. First of all, I grew physically, and I'm able to work a lot more now. Praise God. I've lost a lot of weight, thank you HCG. And how God's opened my heart to many things, and He's opened my heart, and I'm just thankful for that, and I'm really thankful that I've been able to do the first year of Master's Commission, and that how God's also taught me how life is more than just about me. It's more than relationships, family, and friends. It's about Him, and it's about what He did for me, and I'm thankful for that.
What God did in my life this year was like none of my other years. This year, I understood and realized how important it is to have a firm foundation in Christ and not just depending on other people, but depending on God alone. And how you can't lead and guide others into having a firm foundation and disciple others unless you yourself do it. So that's what God did in my life, is just giving me a firm foundation in Him and learning how to depend on Him 100% through everything, and it was amazing.
What God did in my life this year, it's what it means to experience true freedom. To have these things that have been so bound up in my life, to have these things that would dictate who I am, what I do, what I'd say, and to have these things that I'd have bondages, and experiencing God, how He broke the chains, and being free from sin, and just dropping them, and just being able to shout and proclaim and let the enemy know that I'm free from anything that could ever control me.
We are now accepting applications for the next year of Crossfire Masters Commission, which begins September 18th, 2011, or 2011, or whatever you prefer.